Katie K.
Cup of tea time.
It is.
Woohoo.
How you going, Jasperini?
Really good.
What are you doing?
Doing some editing for my YouTube show.
Okay, good. Very good. Righto.
Good job.
It's good to see he's working.
Also, one question.
Yes.
Oh,
Can I have a yo-yo?
Yes, you can. You should
Not
get,
like the one with the string where you...
although we should get you one of those because they're so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
A bikkie. Actually, we're addicted to these now, I have to say, because of Colleen and Jeff at SA Premium Oysters. They put us onto yo-yos and we love them, don't we, Jasper?
Yes, we
They're so good. They taste like the old school McDonald's
Hamburger ones.
cookies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is the episode I think that everyone will want to check out because it is our backup plan for touring Australia. There's actually two parts to this. The first one is about the four-wheel drive, having the gear that is going to not only keep you safe, but get you out of trouble if you get into trouble. And chances are when you're travelling, stuff happens. Yep. We know that across our 4.5 years. We are also very excited, drum roll please, Katie,
It's a pretty bad drum roll.
to let you know where we are headed next, okay? We are doing the Explorer's Way, but not as you know it.
Well, not as we know it either.
No, not at
Woo!
all. This is really the zigzag. This itinerary will inspire you whether you have done the Explorer's Way before or not, or you've been dreaming about it. We'll give versions where you can stay on the blacktop, on the bitumen, or if you want to be a little bit more adventurous or you've got the gear to be able to go off the beaten path, we're going to share that with you as well. And we will create a full itinerary around that. Katie will.
we?
So that you can have it all at your fingertips as well in a digital ebook that Kate's so good at putting together. So we're excited to share that with you. Now, we've got a couple of guests that will be joining us on this as well, which is fantastic. We won't give that away just yet. But as we're going to really try and get out there and show some of the destinations, places that are new to us that we've never been because we didn't have the setup or the gear or the rigs to be able to do it last time. And then we're going to show you some of the obvious highlights, but with a little bit of a twist as well. So that is exciting. So that is coming up in the next couple of weeks. We'll set off. But first of all, we're going to share what are in the drawers, what is in our backup plan. You know, what have we not only learnt through our own experiences, but also information that we've got from actual experts. So four-wheel drive instructor and training advisor. We've got Bodie McCormack from McCormacks four-wheel drive and what he recommended that we pack before we went up to the Cape. Now, a lot of this gear, okay, isn't necessary if you are sticking to the coastline, say the East Coast, okay? Because generally, within 5 minutes, someone's probably going to pull up and say, I can give you a hand, or you'll be able to get a tow truck pretty easily and pretty inexpensively.
Yep.
But when you're getting, 3-4 hours out back, or you're getting into these remote places, the coastline of WA, Northern Territory, where we're about to head, you really are in a scenario of if something does go wrong or go south, that you're going to need to figure it out and figure it out yourself. So this is the gear that we've been advised to take with us. Okay? And if you've got any other suggestions and ideas, please let us know. We
absolutely.
certainly don't think we know everything. I tell Kate I do sometimes. But we're here to learn as well. So if you've got some other ideas, hey guys, you really need to put this in your kit, or hey, you missed that. It could be something that we've just overlooked or we've actually missed or we don't have. So love to hear your advice as well, particularly for touring off-road, outback Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. And good to know this has been an evolution for us, hasn't it?
Definitely.
Over the 4.5 years that we've been on the road, and we've had things come in and things go out and things move around and different versions of similar items until we've found what we feel like is a pretty good place for us to be in with the gear that we consider essential and need to have. Sometimes we have differences on what's essential.
Definitely.
The coffee maker's definitely essential, and it's in my drawer for good reason.
Yeah, that's right, Katie. I think we'll start over on the driver's side and we'll come around the drawer systems, and then we'll actually go into that plan B box is what I refer to it, okay? The backup plan for touring. And I'll go through all of that. And then we're going to share with you some information on the Expedition 134 boxes because they are by far the best storage boxes that we've got if you are serious about touring Australia. So we'll throw to a piece an interview that I did when I met Nick,
Yes.
the owner of Expedition 134. That'll be at the end.
He's such a good bloke, isn't he?
He is awesome. Actually, right now they are showcasing at the National 4x4 show in Brisbane.
That's where we met him.
That is where we met him, yeah. So this is a 100% honest interview with the guy who created it when we met him. So anyway,
Yeah,
I think
awesome.
you'll love to hear from him. And we've also got a heap of bloopers from our Channel 7 series that we're going to share with you. There's like, I keep finding them through all of the outtakes. Anyway, that's at the end of the show. And then next week, as I mentioned, will be backup plan for your caravan, servicing, what you need to take if you are planning on towing a rig, whether you're single or twin axle or camper or whatever it is. This will definitely be advice from an expert, somebody who's in the business and does this every week, servicing. That will certainly add value. All right.
So good. Let's get into it. I'll bring teas.
Cup of tea. Let's go
Jasper,
round to
we're
the
around
other
the
side.
other side of the car, okay?
All right. Don't have too much fun. Here's a good one. Okay. First of all, let's have a look here. All right. With our setup in the back of the mode canopy, we've got 3 drawer system. 1, 2, and a third one over next to the fridge on the other side. Now, this here is the short drawer, and then these 2 drawers are actually exactly identical. They back to back. Then we've got our 2 Expedition 134 boxes and our waters, which are most of the time empty, okay, but we'll get to that. And then there's the wing sections here that basically pop out. You can see in there, actually I can show you that straight away. That is all of our snorkel gear. I love how beautifully inlaid everything is, cut out perfectly. I love the design of this, and we'll get to that in a second. All right, here we go, cup of tea time. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with this first drawer here, okay? These are drawers from MSA. We've talked about and reviewed these in the past. They do have a lighting system that you can control manually out here. If you leave that lighting on, what I love, it goes off, it's lockable, open it back up,
Ta-da!
lightweight, aluminium construction, amazing. Okay, now what you'll see in here is actually a new product from MSA. Okay, so we're only just getting these now. You can see that this really clever invention is that you can label them. I haven't labelled them because we're going to run this up the centre to Darwin, and if I'm happy with how I've put things, then I'll label them. If you make a mistake, you can flip them over and relabel them, but just very cool, because then if it's not you, you're sending, you know, one of your kids, your wife, your mate to the truck to get something, you can say, oh, driver's side, front drawer, it's labelled, you'll find it. So that's what's good about that, is that everything has a home, everything has a label. All right, in this first one, I'll just show you, these are made to fit. Okay, that's a short one that goes in there.
Can I just say, they're awesome for people with OCD like me when it comes to being organised.
So true.
Good.
All right, and then that's a big one. That's a full size, and as you'll see, obviously being an MSA product, they made it so that it fits perfectly in the drawer. Okay, so that's just nice and snug down there. I love that. Look at that. Boom.
This is like a game show. What's in the box?
All right, so this is the main drawer, basically, that I would access at any given time of the year, any day, any, you know, scenario. This is probably going to have what I need in it as far as tools and quick fixes. Okay, so in this one here, all right, you can open it through the top there. Okay, just a couple of just miscellaneous bits and pieces, but I've broken this one into 3 pieces. They come with dividers, so you can break it into 4 or 5 or whatever you need. But basically in here is anything to do with togetherness, fixing one thing together with another thing. Okay, that's my together space there. So lots of tapes, zip ties. Zip ties hold the world together in Caravan, don't they? Some more Expedition 134 tie downs, which I'll talk about those later in the show.
Steve Irwin used to say grey tape, although that's white, but you get my drift. Grey tape holds the world together. It used to hold him together too, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did.
Bones were fixed with grey tape.
All right, these are some more tie downs. Just anything that I really would need. Some wire, some rope, is all in that one. Then the next one along here is basically anything to do with plumbing. Okay, tap tool, that will come in handy. This is excellent, and I got this because we're at Culgera Roadhouse, and it was first in, first served, or first served with water, and there weren't enough water taps for everyone. And so we pulled up, and very luckily the person beside us had one of these, okay, which basically is a twin adapter so that it splits so that we both could have water, which I thought was very, very friendly. Isn't that good? Okay.
They were lovely neighbours. They were up there they were heading to the Alice Springs Beanie Festival, if you remember.
There you go. There is a beanie festival in Alice Springs. Who would have thought? And it's a massive. There's over 8,000 beanies there, and I think it is normally in August. Anyway, you can look that up for yourself. Okay, in here is anything to do with electricals. Okay, so my fuse box, just a cheap one really, from SCA, which is Super Cheap Auto. And then anything to do with fixing and fusing and circuit breakers and Anderson plugs and tapes. I mean, everything is in there, and it just all fits perfectly, and I know where it is, and it's easy to get. Okay, so then that is plumbing, electrical, and togethers. Okay,
Fiddly bits.
Yes. All right, and then in this one is my quick multi-tool. Okay, things that I need. That's for my hacksaw, some scissors, obviously, even just interesting little tools. This is amazing. This is a salt shift, another product I'll review down the track. I can't even remember how much we paid for it. It's not expensive, but anyway, it's really perfect for getting the salt off and in and out of your chassis when you're travelling and you're going to do beach driving.
Hey, it's probably
Must
a good
have.
point to make too about the products that we use and the affiliations.
Okay. Most of the products that I'm showing you here, we have nothing to do with, all right? In that we're not affiliated. I'm not trying to give anyone a hard sell. We did a review on the Jetboil, and I had a few comments, you know who you are, that said, oh, this is an ad, you guys. It isn't an ad. It was actually a review. We're not working with Jetboil. I think their product's so damn good that I'd love to work with them, but it really is. This is the gear. Whether we work with companies or not, this is the gear that we're sharing our experience of, that we think you should have if you want to be touring, okay? And if you want to have the best gear, okay? Stuff that's going to actually do what it says it's going to do. So, yes, there you go. So I guess what were we just talking about? Salt shift, right? Nothing to do with salt shift.
Yeah.
Excellent product. Nothing to do with Jetboil. Excellent product. Okay. We actually are partnered with MSA. Excellent product. Yeah. That's why we're partnered with them. All right. In here, Stanley. Again, wouldn't they be a great sponsor?
Oh, yeah.
Love this. I use this tool so much, the good old Stanley knife. Now, underneath here, this is a short organiser.
It's like a half depth.
A halfie, all right? But in here is probably my main go-to, and it's a Stanley Multitool Set, okay? In there are spanners, sockets, Allen keys. You know, you can never have the right Allen key. You've always got that one size. Everything really that I would need that will fit this vehicle is in there. This was an awesome Father's Day present from Katie and Jasper, because I had stuff everywhere, and then they found this, and I just think it's awesome. So just look at Stanley. They've got multi-tool sets. I think it's fantastic. There's some plenty out there of other brands and whatever, but if you've got something in mind or you can share something, let us know.
Do you know the one thing I reckon that would make that even better?
Yes.
Is that they definitely stay in their little, they've all got their own little assigned spots, but oftentimes when you open it, lots of them like to jump out and confuse you, and then you have to spend a minute to figure out where they live.
Yeah, true. Look, what I love is that, it's
just if the Stanley reps are watching our YouTube channel, of course. It's
compact. It keeps everything in its place, and that's really what all of this, simple storage solutions, keeps everything in its place. Something from Zone that I think they do really well, and I'm not sure how many manufacturers do this, but it's an emergency breakdown kit. That's actually specific to the van, obviously, but power, air, water, your three necessities, and some quick fixes. All right, so that's pretty cool. I'll leave that in there because the vehicle is always with the van. And then in here, I won't actually pull that out, but I'll show you what it is. Again, awesome product. Now, this is off us talking to other people, reading reviews, looking at YouTube. NOCO. There you go. Don't work with them. This is awesome, okay? This is either going to get you or someone else out of trouble. It really is just a jump starter. This particular one is awesome because you can take it as a Powerpack as well. It can charge laptops, other devices. So it has enough power in there to be able to also take with you camping if you were going to go away from the vehicle and you wanted just a power pack. It has, cool. I think, about 7 or 8 different actual lighting variables, including SOS, strobe, and then different brightnesses of light as well. And I can also run my 12-volt submersible adventure pump off this because it's got a little 12-volt plug on it as well. So that's really cool. Which means that I don't even have to have the vehicle. I can just carry this, which is much lighter. Anyway, I kept the box just to show you how cool this is. Because this, as you can see, it'll do an 8-litre petrol vehicle and a 6-litre diesel vehicle. It's amazing. There's even a bigger one. There's a 2,500 amp one and there's a 3,000 as well, which, yeah, I mean, it could start a truck. And it has 40 jumps in it on a full charge. And it takes less than an hour to charge, so it's fast charge as well.
Yeah, amazing.
Anyway, that's the only reason why I kept that box, just to show you that. But that's in there. It doesn't come in this, I will pull it out, NOCO little nifty box. I had to buy that.
Yeah, right. It shouldn't
separately.
it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It does come with this little microfiber bag that you can keep it in. But because of the way we travel with these drawers, it actually was the right size and fit perfectly, and that's what I loved about it. Okay, so let me just get that back in there.
What else you got in your drawer full of goodies?
Boom. The last thing in here is a Nakie Tarp, which is pretty cool. That's good fun for Jasper, just if I want a really quick little tarp for him. But if you were camping and you were looking for a lightweight solution to hang your hammock and then have a rain cover, that's perfect. Okay, that's it. Drawer 1.
Ta-da.
I need to talk quicker. Okay, drawer 2 is a little bit of a mix, all right? First aid, boom. Very important that you know where that is. We're actually going to upgrade our first aid kit shortly, but more on that. Our Nakie towels, our Nakie hammocks, and then this is, anyone's been watching our show for a while?
The best tool ever.
What is this? And thank you for the advice on getting this, but this was basically...
Oh, alien from another world. Yep, I like that.
Isn't that cool? That's how I got the nozzle out of the diesel heater with that little guy. Thank you for that tip. In here's a lot of fun stuff as well though. Jasper's kite. We've got all of our fishing reels are in here. MSA do great canvas bags and they're solid and they're strong and I love that. But basically our fishing reels for our 3 rods, and then underneath here's all the fishing gear. As you can see, wet bag. Yeah, all of the lures and everything. Once I finish with them, I put them back in their little homes. They live in there. Oh, and this is actually my adventure pump, which we were just talking about. In there, yeah. So adventure pump you can get with or without their bag. What I love is that this keeps it really compact and it fit in my drawer just a little bit better. Okay, come in here.
Awesome.
Back in here, another wing drawer. I love how solid these are, how they're just, again, made to fit. And this wing kit is another addition to the drawer system, so you can check that out and you can get it made for your vehicle or your canopy. In here, again, you can see it goes all the way back, but in there is wetsuits, then our extension lead for when we're doing our outdoor cinema nights, because I can run 240 out of this and put it into the projector. That's some more tent pegs and bits and pieces from Outback tracks. And then this is really cool. This is from Tidy Turf, if I can find the... What am I doing? But yeah, just a great mat for you to be able to use to kneel on or wipe the kids' feet off, keep the environment out of the vehicle, which is a good, and it's lightweight too, which I really love. All right, so that's just a bit of Tidy Turf. Good name, isn't it? Tidy Turf. Righto, that's this side. Okay, beautiful. Empty waters in there. What is in the green one? This one here basically is everything to do with Jasper. Footies, his life vest, cones that we put out so he can do his soccer practice, his swimming gear if we ever get to a pool and he wants to swim or a dam. So that's all to do with Jasper. And what's good about having these color coded is that you know straight away which one you're talking about, or if you're sending someone else, you can just say, hey, can you go to the turquoise one? Or if you wanted, you could make a first aid one orange. They have a variety of different colors. The Expedition guys is brilliant. So with Jasper, He also has an orange one that has all of his Thomas the Tank Engine trains, but it weighs like 30 kilos. And so we said, look, it's an extra 30 kilos to be travelling up the centre. Why don't we swap that out? And then every 6 months we swap out with him so he can have, you know, different toys. And then it's one in, one out with him. But whatever he can get in there, that's what we get to take.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he knows the deal.
All right, well, that's yours.
Don't forget your tea. Yeah, I've had mine.
One last thing on this side that I really love is that I can control the lighting on this side or on the other side, and there's all different modes, and it's just very cool.
And what's this?
This one here is everything to do with compression, air, tyres. So in here, basically, yeah, all my gear to do with, yeah, getting tyres, okay. Extra cables. Just should open it properly so you can see, but even fixing punctures, everything sits in there. Again, I love that it's just in its own little bag and it's easy, and it just fits down the side here as well. Yeah, so just in there, perfect. You can see in the back there is a couple of shock absorbers. I'll talk about those when I come to my Plan B box and why we've got those. Okay, there we go. Boom, but look at that. See, everything's nice and neat. I love that these just tie down and you can still access them.
Oh, the straps are so clever, yeah. Aren't they?
So we'll talk about that in a minute. 3 empty waters at the moment. Oh, in the side here, in the saddle boxes, I think they're referred to. Recovery gear. Yep. There's a mallet. Back here's a smaller shovel. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then in here, actually these are going to go because I've got my jump starter now, but they were traditional jumper leads.
Got it.
Which I don't really think I need anymore. So that'll save some weight. But anyway, yeah, fits all perfectly in there. Love that. Oh, and that was snatch straps and shackles and recovery gear, basically. Just standard. Let's go around the other side.
Awesome. Hey, look at this tree. Look how massive that is. Be interesting to know how many people, you know, would need to stand around and link arms around the base of that tree. Anyway, super cool. Okay, hopefully our kid's still here. Oh,
okay.
There he is.
MSA rear wheel bag, 55 litre. Awesome for carrying firewood. Awesome for carrying rubbish. You know, you can put whatever you want in there. I mean, again, it's just about using a storage space that keeps the environment outside and not inside your vehicle.
Yep.
Which I love. That's our ladder. And we've just tied that in there. Another water there. And I've also got a 75 litre water tank under. So all up, 88, 75, 150, about 160 litres of water we can top up in this vehicle, and that means we can basically stay off-grid for another 5 days. Okay, so we're averaging, say, 32 litres of water a day if we are staying off-grid, and we're still having showers, you know, quick ones, still drinking plenty of water, still doing washing and dishes and whatever. And that's us just as a small family of 3, 32 litres a day. This means that we can stay off grid for, you know, 5 days, 5 days definitely, really comfortably, without having to hitch the van up and go back and, you know, take the van with us. I can now transfer water, obviously using the adventure pump easily. Saves money, saves time. Love it. Okay.
I'm so excited after almost a month out of the van and, you know, being in different accommodation, just even talking about getting off grid and camping in those remote locations. I can't wait. Let's go.
Love it.
Okay. Woo! Let's talk about the most important drawer. No, I'm kidding. It's my drawer. Okay, I've got all the good fun stuff. Okay, so again, I've got 2 of the MSA new bags. This one we showed you guys a couple of weeks ago. This is the beautiful new coffee kit. So it's got the French press, ooh la la, so fancy, in there. And we've got the 2 canisters with tea and coffee, which is awesome. Actually, what's under here? Sorry, Paulie. We have got, this is another amazing piece of kit that we keep in the vehicle. This is, look at this, I'm just going to put this guy down here. This is the MSA Premium Cutlery Kit, which is awesome as well because it's got everything that you need with the sharp knives and all the bits and pieces.
Knives that are actually sharp.
Oh, I know, they're so sharp. I love them.
It's just good.
We actually got rid of the knives that we use inside the Caravan for the MSA ones because they are so good. Okay, we've got some of our Stratus little very easy cutlery packs down here. So if we're going off on a hike and we want to just take easy ones with us, we've got our little Stratus ones in there as well, which is super cool. Okay, this guy, I think we'll still keep him. I'm not 100% certain, but this is a little MiniPresso coffee machine. In fact, actually, we took this with us when we went up to Queensland because we can't be without our coffee and we couldn't take our big coffee machine. So maybe we'll do that instead and just use that for when we're away from both of the vehicles. But that's a nifty little press if you like your pod coffee. Got some paper towel hiding down in there. And then in this guy, this one, as Paulie mentioned, this is a full depth one, so he takes up the whole depth of the drawer, but he just fits in there nicely. And again, I've divided him up. So in here we've got our beautiful Stratus plates and bowls and mugs. We've got our plates under here. We've got our MSA. How cool are these? I love these. These are such a neat gift. Look at them. So old school, but super cool and great for really cold beverages as well. I'll get them in there like that. Got our Stratus plates in there. This guy is what our Jetboil lives in, so we just made a cup of tea. I just put him in there. We've got an extra canister in there. I also keep in here just a little Ziploc that's got tea bags, and then in our coffee kit, in the 2 canisters, we've got a canister with our ground coffee and a canister with tea in there as well. So we're all set for beverages on the road. A couple of these guys. Thank you to everybody who's given us a suggestion too. We've got some really great suggestions on different dehydrated foods. Yeah. So that is awesome. Got a couple of, Paulie's addicted to caps, so a couple of his caps that live down here. Some stubby coolers.
Well, they're giveaways, those ones actually. What happens is, when we're out touring around, if we see anyone that has got MSA gear, I've got about 30 of those on board.
Yeah, actually.
We've actually taken a new delivery of another 30. So, yeah, if you see us and you go, hey, mate, I've got a drop slide, Shirley, I'll give you a free stubby cooler.
They're
which is pretty
actually
cool.
really neat. I really like them because they come with the little bottle opener that just slips in the side there.
Love
nice
it.
And handy. So that's my drawer. So my drawer is the getting us organised, and what's so good about its location is obviously it's right next to the fridge. It's got the stainless steel table on the drop slide there, so I can just whip up anything that we need and we're away.
Perfect. Okay, we've talked about the
the power panel is so good, obviously, for your water pump, and you've got your 12-volt charge points in there, USB charge points in there. Obviously, you can monitor your power.
And then our Red Arc 2000 watt inverter there, and we've run a lead out now that gets out to the front of the car, into the front cab of the vehicle, so that we can have 240 in the vehicle without having to, install another inverter and all that. We didn't need to, which is good. In here is the twin air compressor. Look, we get this question, would you travel without an air compressor? If you are touring Australia, you'd be crazy to travel without one. So,
and look, we started with one of the little portable ones, that you hook up to your batteries at the front, and that was fine. And we did, the first probably half of our travels with one like that. I think what's so good about the system that we've got now, and that it hooks into our link system, is that it's so easy. You can see the exact pressures.
Absolutely, you can predetermine the pressure and set them from inside the vehicle, and then as you're going around, and then there's the outlet.
Hello there.
Hello, Jasper. On both sides of the vehicle, which is very cool. One thing I will say, we had a TJM one, we've had the ARB one. They get incredibly hot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's something they can ever fix, but just be aware of that if you've got little ones and they're in these low areas.
Yeah.
Even yourself. I burnt my finger and my thumb.
Yes.
Rookie mistake back there up in, Kakadu. And I tried to pull it off.
It's red hot.
Yeah, and it is red hot. So, be careful of that. Okay, so there you go. Now, from a safety point of view, the other things that we've got in here is our fire extinguisher. We've got a fire blanket in the vehicle. I've got another extinguisher inside the cab of the vehicle as well. first aid equipment, absolute must. And I'm sure there's even other ideas around that, which we are going to share because we have got this special guest coming up. All right, time for me to get the Plan B touring box out. All right, this is the Expedition 134 storage box that is full of all of the items that Buddy McCormack from McCormacks 4-wheel drive recommended, particularly specific to a 79 series, but there are other things in there too that can help you. And then also Tony Davys from Australian 4x4 Treks.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
This is the gear. All right, let's get the box out and we'll get into it. Plan B. Okay, here it is. This is the touring box, okay, that we took up to the Cape and we will now take with us out to the centre. As I mentioned, if you're going up and down the East Coast, this could be a bit overkill, but it is also helpful if you have got things at hand. Now, I'm not a mechanic, and in fact, it's the furthest thing that I could probably ever find myself doing. But what's been great is that I have learnt as I've gone along, not only from watching YouTube, but from speaking to other people out there, other travellers and other experts. What is amazing too, and I'm going to give it a plug, is Starlink, is that with that, we can be completely remote. And as Bodie McCormack said to me, you can FaceTime me, mate, and I'll probably be able to help you get yourself out of trouble, which is incredible. To think that I can have high-speed internet anywhere in Australia, amazing. Okay, here we go. This is the Expedition 134 box. Straight after I talk through this list, there'll be a review on this, which is really just an interview with the owner, Nick, when we actually met him at the National 4x4 show last year in Brizzy. Okay. The other thing I want to say is that in here, this list of items we'll put into a blog. Katie will put into a blog. And that will have everything that we're talking about. So you don't have to grab a pen and a bit of paper and write this down. But what you do have to do is subscribe to our e-news, okay, which is through our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. And then that way you'll get these nuggets every single week to your inbox. No spam, no carry on, just good information, travel inspiration, stuff that can actually add value for you if you want to tour Australia. So that will be coming out with this episode. So get on there, put your details in, and you'll receive that email for free every single week. Okay, here we go. Love this, that when you tie it down with this design, these little clasps are tied down, you can still access the box. It's weatherproof. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about the box. I just think it's amazing though. In here, let's see what we've got in here. First of all, this list of items in here, I'm not going to go through all of them, but we'll make sure that it's all in for you, basically in Katie's blog. But different fittings, fixtures, rubber grease, that's excellent if you just want to put a little bit of extra seal when you're doing an air filter. There you go, something that I learnt from the McCormacks guys. So I carry with some of that. Also some grease. I've got a little grease gun, a portable grease gun, and then again some other Loctite products, epoxy putty, all right, stuff that can get you out of trouble. All right, let's get into here. Obviously, looks like a hat. A couple of hoses, bottom hose, top hose. You'll have to look at this gear specific to your model of what vehicle you're towing with or what you're traveling in, okay? But radiator hoses, a very good idea. We've also got in here oil filter. I do carry 2 fuel filters. I had to recently just change one, which you would have seen me doing out there past Canberra. So I probably need to stock up on a second one there. Air filter, I normally travel with 2, and I've swapped one of those out as well. Next week, I'll also be getting 160,000 Ks now in that vehicle. It will be getting a full service as well. And so I dare say they're going to put in some new filters for me. So anyway, this should cover me going up the centre. And then, of course, all your lubricants. We've got brake fluid over here somewhere. Where that one? Yep. Okay. What's this one here, Katie? I can't see.
That's something.
Diff oil, got coolant, engine oil, serpentine, or what do they call it? Drive belt. Again, you can go into Repco or any of these places and just punch in your registration, and they sort out exactly what you need, which is really cool. This actually, Ben, who's going to be on the show next week, he just gifted this to me actually, which is pretty cool. But it's a snorkel filter and cartridge, which we didn't carry in the Cape, and different people have different opinions. Personally now, after doing the Cape and seeing how full our air filter was, I probably would use one. Different people believe that it can actually inhibit the amount of airflow, so there's different reasons. I'll try one next time. I think when we get onto some of these dusty roads, the Morini Loop out past Kings Canyon, I'll give this a go, and we'll see how it fares, and I can even see the temperature in the vehicle, see if it affects it in any way. So there you go. That's a pretty quick wrap up of the Plan B box. Oh, a couple of other things, and this was from Tony Davys, again from Australian 4x4 Tracks, was when you're touring with him, you're doing a tag along, he insists that you have to have certain gear fitted, certain clearance, certain spares, certain backups when you do his tag alongs. They're kind of a checklist of things that you must have, and that included a couple of shock absorbers as well and a couple of spares, so spare tyres. So anyway, that's why we travel with a couple of those. We saw all sorts of stuff up in the Cape, and it does happen. You know, it's unlikely depending on how well you maintain your vehicle. And I think that's probably it for any touring or anyone out there who's doing anything remote. Make sure your vehicle service is up to date. Make sure that you have got all your bits and pieces are in check and in good working order, that your tyre conditions particularly are in good condition, and that would probably be one of the major things. All right, that's it for me, I think, for this week. We'll see you next week. Right now, here's Nick from Expedition 134, followed by some bloopers that hopefully will give you a laugh.
Woohoo! It's finally here. This is our brand new South Australia ebook. We are so excited to share this one with you guys. The ultimate touring guide to South Australia. It's over 140 pages and includes all the details on the 6 incredible road trip itineraries we have driven over the last few months, filming for Feel Good Road Trips, plus all the details on where to stay, where to play, what to see, what to do, where to eat, some of the best, freshest seafood from anywhere around the country, plus apps, maps, resources, over 100 clickable links, everything that you need to know about touring the southern state you are going to find in this baby, and we are so excited to share it with you. So jump onto our website, grab your copy today. It's digital, which means it doesn't weigh anything, so get inspired, make a plan, make it happen. South Australia, you'll absolutely love it.
G'day Nick, another Aussie product, mate.
It is.
Tell us what you got here.
So Expedition 134, Australian made, Cairns-based business. Obviously a storage box, 55 litres. Nice and light, you can pick it up, it's less than 4 kilos in weight.
Wow.
So still tough, put 120 kilos on the lid.
Wow.
No metal in it whatsoever.
Okay.
So you don't have any rust issues, so it's ideal for the saltwater environments, going on a fishing boats as well as in your camper and that sort of thing. You'll see inside that the design we've done is we've removed all the ribs you see in a lot of the boxes on the floor, ribbing on the wall, and also those internal lips, which are quite annoying. So this is a fully usable space, flat for stacking gear, and then if you're throwing in dirty gear like recovery gear or something, you can easily wash it out, turn it upside down like an esky and dry it out. So,
mate, I was just thinking actually.
Yeah.
Could you actually use it as an esky? I mean, it is. You're from Cairns, and this is hotter than Cairns today.
It is today. I'll give you the tip. Certainly, some beers and some ice would go all right, I reckon.
That'd be great.
Custom weather seal ridge, so you won't get dust or water ingress.
Wow.
Of course. Lockable on each of the latches with a padlock if you need to do that. They obviously stack and interlock, so the bottom of one interacts with the top of another, and they lock into place so they don't just slide off. And then fully engineered external tie down points in each of the corners.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you can actually tie down and then still access your contents without having to undo a rope or a ratchet.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so any of the frustrations of the past designed out of it, and you see the new quick release straps here as well. So
this is your product as well?
Yeah. So,
that's clever. Quick release.
Yeah, so nice and easy. Australian made seatbelt webbing. Again, made up in Mariba, Far North Queensland. New Zealand made clip that allows quick release, but also, importantly, that backing plate stops from feed through. So if you're on corrugations, it won't actually feed through on itself like a camper might do.
Yeah.
And as you can see around here, you can see the external tie down points, and you can access all your goods without having to undo anything. So.
Brilliant. Whose idea was this one? Was that the wife's?
No. I'll claim that as well.
You will, okay, good. Well, no, that is fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
And the colours, how did you come up with those?
It's just going back to basics, like the old school system of camping with your parents. It would be storage boxes or whatever.
Yeah.
Just keeping it nice and simple, easy colour identification. There's a novelty factor, of course.
Sure.
But, you know, if you've got 4 or 5 boxes as your system for storing gear, you easily know what's in what, and you can tell someone which box you need or that sort of thing. And it's an easy identifier for emergency kit as well. So.
No, well, they look great. And again, Aussie product. We love it. There's the wife over there. Kate, well, she's a little bit OCD, so anything that's like a simple storage solution. You shouldn't be talking to me, you should be talking to her. She's already sold.
I already know what I'm going to stack in them. I've already got a plan.
Turquoise or the pink or what?
I think these in the back of our new canopy would look so awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. But I really like your idea. I like how you just said, you know, for an emergency kit. So having something in an orange, you know, we always talk up the grab bag and having just something that you can grab and go if you need to. This is a brilliant idea because it's going to keep everything out of it that you don't want in it as well. There
you go. The next part of your products will be back straps, so you can just chuck it on like a backpack and run.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm too old.
Do you think you'll do other sizes?
Yeah, potentially, mate. Just trying to get the brand out. And, this
well,
size
55 litres is
good size.
It's smack on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a size that you can easy to grab, pick up, and lift yourself if you're by yourself.
Not
you don't
too
need
heavy.
Don't need 2 blokes to try and lift something and get it on your roof rack. So.
Yeah. Well done. All right, Expedition 134. How does everyone find you?
Expedition134.com.
That's it.
And Expedition134 on Insta and Facebook. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thank you, mate.
No worries. Great talking to you.
You too. Now, South Australia's Mount Gambier. Now,
you could spend a week. Okay, we've set up the van at a grape.
We're in the wine region after all. You could spend a week here in Mount Gambier and still not see it all. It is that good. But the very first place you should visit and you want to check out the tall shit.
Awesome environment for off-grid camping. What an awesome environment, farm outlook. So
now let's be honest, Mount Gambier.
Hashtag we've done 50,000 takes.
There we go. Just get it right.
Okay, here we go.
There is an enthusiastic group of
I have no idea what I'm saying. Okay, here we go.
Ready, Jasper.
What I love about Mount Gambier is it is just
Melt.
The tide is in, Katie. Oh. What do you think?
I'm a mini chocolate turtle.
It's not only salty, it's cold. Shrinkage! It's true. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly magazine articles and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family and happy trails.